Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order and have a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any public comments? Okay, you just go to the podium and speak in the microphone, give your name.
My name is Deb Ratliff. I'm from
Okay.
Shenandoah. I sent you guys an email. If you haven't had time to read it, I have a hard copy here if you want it. If you don't, that's fine. And I want to stress these are just my opinions. I'm not looking for you to give me an answer tonight or anything like this, but just kind of concerns that I have.
Okay.
I was at the Conservation Board meeting in July, and unless I misunderstood everything, I was understanding that she was going to close down some of the equestrian horse trails because she's going to do a storybook trail. Well, she gave us a map, which not her fault. I just can't make heads or tails out of it. I tried to find out from her how many miles that she was going to shut down. Then she said something to me in a text message about she's not shutting down the trails. So this is my concern. I'm hoping that no trails do get shut down. The horse park and trails are used by many horse owners as well as hikers, dogs, dog owners, fishermen, and campers. These trails were developed by the outstanding efforts of Joyce and Merrill Cruz and many volunteers. I and many other horse owners enjoy this sprawling park to ride the tree-lined, gently rolling hill trails, in addition to the more serene, natural, challenging timber trails and the challenging obstacle course. The equestrian trails, or as I keep getting told, they're multi-use trails, but I just refer to them as the horse trails, sorry, also bring horse campers to the park, which in turn bring valuable economic and financial investment into the community. They enjoy our restaurants, they stock up on supplies at our grocery stores, and they stop by the building and farm supply outlets that we have. If we reduce the number of trails and acreage available to horses and their riders, this immediately impacts our local economic welfare too. Although I appreciate the idea of storybook trails, which is one thing Michelle would like to introduce, which I'm not opposed to that. I just don't understand everything about it. For the children, I have 5 grandchildren of my own. I am not sure that these trails will garner the usage that keeping the equestrian trails would provide. Children will be back in school soon. They won't have time to come to after school due to other outside activities. Parents would have to drive the children out to the park, which would be challenging when they work all day. The storybook trails might be a better option to organize within Shenandoah or Clarinda, possibly, due to the proximity and easier access for the children and their parents. There's also the natural habitat of Pierce Creek, which could be a danger to children, such as poison ivy, and there is an abundance of poison ivy out of Pierce Creek, poison oak, wood ticks, deer flies, snakes, and mosquitoes. This kind of trail, the storybook, may be more suited for an urban, already established park such as Macomb or I'm looking at Shenandoah. This also brings up the limited number of equestrian parks currently available to horse and riders. There are very few options in any directions from Shenandoah offering this opportunity. Although I'm not sure how many horse enthusiasts take advantage of the Pierce Creek Equestrian Park, number-wise, I don't know. I do know that I frequent the trails. I'm retired. I can ride morning, afternoon, evening, any day of the week, which I do, where other people can merely ride after work, or they bring their campers and they camp on the weekend, so they can use the pins, water, arena trails, obstacle course, etc. The numbers are relevant and need to be taken into consideration before taking away or repurposing any of the equestrian trails. Okay, then I'm also hearing that the gun range may reopen. I think that most people will tell you that guns and horses don't mix. It's not the Wild West anymore, where guns, horses, and cowboys thrive together. Animals do not like sudden loud noises, especially gunfire, and I don't think campers, hikers, dog walkers, and picnic goers would enjoy the gunfire as they enjoy their outside activity. A possible compromise would be to offer specific times for the gun range to be open, which that has been discussed, such as maybe one day during the week or two Saturdays during the month, however, what would work. These times would need to be posted and regulated to ensure patron and animal safety. And I guess my concern is because the gun range was open before when I've been riding before, way back 5 years ago or whatever. Everybody knew gun range was open on Wednesdays, gun range was open these Saturdays. I did not see a problem with that as long as they always stuck to it. That was, you can't just be shifting here and shifting there, then nobody knows what's going on, and that's not real good for everybody. In summary, I ask, please do not minimize or repurpose the equestrian trails for another purpose. I believe this can be handled more effectively and efficiently by considering the already established urban parks within Shenandoah as it relates to storybook trails. I also want to emphasize the need for compromise between gun owners and other park users, such as horse owners, hikers, dog walkers, and campers. If the gun range is to be reopened again, limited, posted, and enforced timing of usage to ensure the safety of all park patrons and animals should be strongly considered. Thank you for your time and your consideration. I appreciate it. And I'm not looking for an answer tonight. I just want you to know that I am concerned about shutting down trails. It is a beautiful, beautiful horse park. And if you don't walk it, don't ride horses or go out there with your dog, you don't understand how really unique this is. We're fortunate to have it in Page County. I really do appreciate that. And I just hope that the gun range and everybody can all get along just fine and work out some compromise to everything. Thank
And
you.
we appreciate you coming, Deb. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is actually more of a conservation board thing than us, but, we can talk about it too. So, thank you. Are there any other comments? Okay. Engineer update. Thank you.
Afternoon, JD King, Page County Engineer. Fine summer day once again in Page County. At least there was a breeze and some clouds today. Engineer update went out yesterday afternoon. We had blades out in the districts, at least a few yesterday. There had been more today. We're hauling rock into the southwest still, but we're done with the ARPA rock. Yesterday, along M41 or E Avenue, we had some of our guys from the motor grader operators and others providing traffic control while they did that fog seal. Started about before 8 o'clock and they were done spraying by about 10:30. That's a second application, or it's not an initial application on M41 there. And for the first time in 12 years, we had a little incident at the intersection of M41 and J28. Had a vehicle end up in the ditch. He drove in the ditch and drove out of the ditch, and we're waiting on a sheriff's report.
Oh, okay.
And so we'll sort that out later. I did counsel the secondary roads guy involved with that. We'll see what happens with the sheriff's report. We're supposed to get by now, but we'll get it later this week, I guess. Pipe Crews was working on some equipment yesterday, and we're moving out in northeast town here on a pipe replacement. Last week, Heffron did some dust control around the county. Fuel pumps are in, but they're not working yet. They still not hooked up. At least they weren't this morning. And hopefully they'll be hooked up this week. Had several services scheduled on the motor grader and the truck tractor, and all the parts are in up at Houseby. I'm just waiting on a phone call that the headache rack and the tarp arm are installed, and the RDO dealer from Omaha brought a service tech out to us fixing one of our trucks instead of us having to take it in Omaha. That's a benefit. The Essex North cleanup, final work continues. They brought in all the riprap they needed today at noon. They had a couple trucks still waiting on the dirt crews polishing up the site, hauling away stuff. I saw flatbed tractor trailer there hauling away some loads of stuff. All the guardrails installed, dirt crew shaping embankment and doing riprap. Talked about the cracks in the bridge. We talked with the DOT and a consultant. And the DOT's thinking about other concrete mixes in future bridge decks. It doesn't help us on this bridge. Then office manager is going to be working on the annual report here soon. And we've done Gatsby 34th and accounting thing at the end of the year. Waiting on a few letters of support for our bridge grant northeast of town, and the fog seal on M41 was 6 miles in length. And I'm going to continue working on roads down on J64. We're going to do some concrete patching where the concrete's all broken up there between Nutmeg and Oak Avenue. Notice the public went out this morning. There should be something on the emails about that. There'll be flaggers and pilot cars on, and one lane will be closed at a time on this concrete patching down on J64. We do some every year because we can't do it all in 1 year. Questions for me?
On that accident, did that car just not pay attention or what?
Well, there was, I suppose, finger pointing both ways. We had signs up on J28, half mile east and west of the intersection. We had a guy sitting at the intersection, and it wasn't clear to the gentleman driving the car. He should have slowed down and went straight. You can get across M41, he just couldn't go down. The road M41 was the road that was closed, and he didn't figure that out till too late.
Gotcha.
But he didn't slide off M41. He drove off M41. But he drove back up, got back on the highway. And then
So we'll wait for the sheriff.
we'll wait for the
Okay.
deputy's report, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Hey,
JD.
JD, we talked about these cracks in the bridge. Is there risks to the life expectancy of that bridge?
Well, it's not an ideal situation, but the crack sealing will reduce the problem, or the problem that causes. I mean, the steel is still there keeping it all together, but it did crack. As long as we keep the salts.
Didn't know if we were gonna end up having to redo it in a year or two.
No.
Okay.
And
Will we be long gone?
we'll all be long gone. 75 years should be design life of bridges these days.
Okay.
What else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ryan. Samuel's group.
Good afternoon. I'll give you an update. You guys have received one from Mac since Jeff has gone on vacation. What's happening this week and some of last week? Mechanical rough-ins are going on with the masons. Stickler this week, Monday. Telebelt did rock in for the base under the slab, basically from grid line 4 to grid line 8. Northwest Steel and Erection will be on site Thursday and Friday, working on layout of precast panels, getting ready to set panels. Crane should arrive Friday and be set up for Monday. They'll set up their deliveries then. Masons are still working on non-bearing walls on the west side of the building, getting it up to floor height. Plumber's still working on some underground. Hopefully in the next week or so, he'll be done with the major underground, and we can keep going with block walls above grade. Like I said, precast panels will be showing up Monday. Electricians are working on underground. After the rock goes in, they can get their underground in because it's right below slab. And then once we get the panels up on basically the east side and north and a little bit on the west side, they'll drop back and start setting columns and beams and maybe set some roof plank. The masons will follow in. Probably Monday they'll start setting precast. Tuesday we're hoping the mason can fall right in behind because we got some bearing walls that tie into the precast panels that need to be laid as soon as possible so we get a cure time on those block walls so they can set the roof plank on that. That's what we're shooting for, and hopefully it works out. Hopefully the weather helps. It's been good here so far.
Yeah. Sounds like it's moving along.
It's looking good.
Could be interesting to watch. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, then we have Mid-American Energy, and I see John is there.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, we're really into I'm doing good. I hope you guys are doing well. We're really into the thick of the foundation concrete pouring in Page County now, and my understanding is that's either almost complete in Fremont or totally complete in Fremont. So we're really able to focus on that with Page County now. I think probably the most important thing for you guys to know, and I've mentioned this before, but I wanted to reiterate that we are on schedule right now for the first full week of August to begin turbine component offload in Page County. And generally, this project is a lot of it is worked to sort of west to east. So I imagine that it'll be similar with that. But if that gets pushed back further due to weather or anything like that, I'll be happy to keep you apprised of that. But as of right now, yeah, that first full week of August is when we'd be looking at turbine component offload in Page.
Wow. Moving along.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've seen a lot of them coming down the road.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
A lot of parts.
So I've been staying in. So yeah, I've had other people commenting on seeing lots of things. So that's good.
Mhm.
Any other questions? Anything else, Todd? No?
No, I haven't heard anything. So
Cool.
I haven't either. So thank you, John. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a nice day.
You too.
thanks.
Okay. Farm lease. I'm gonna let Brian talk about it.
Today, just kind of want to put a few things out for you to kind of think about. Next week, we'll get into a little heavier time of the lease, 3-year, 5-year. Kind of think about that. How we're going to do it, sealed bids, auctions. So there's different ways we can put it out there. Sealed bids probably been the way we've done it before in the past. Auctions will cost you a little more, but might get a few people that are really bidding against each other too. So, and then other things, I've heard of different things they put on them, like just only to Page County residents. Then I'll get a couple of different copies for you to look over before next week's meeting.
Okay.
Is that something that we're gonna probably just finalize next week then? Is that what?
Well, yeah, we just kind of need to set up a timeline too. I think we probably need to put it out for at least 2 or 3,
Okay.
4 weeks, something like that. So we're gonna spend a little bit, put it in paper and advertise it, get it out there.
Is it supposed to be done by September 1st?
That's just the deadline to have it, terminated. So
Oh,
we send out a termination letter. We just want to get it done before they get busy in the field, so. A few things to think about for next week, and then we'll get into
okay.
figuring out a few of the little details.
Make the decisions next week and get it moving. Okay.
And just kind of a timeline. I think probably a little longer so we can get the word out, because
Yeah.
we've rushed too many things through before and then not got good response.
Right, sure.
Did we, is there, well, we can see something other than doing the land, what they put on, what they're gonna put on it, or anything that they're gonna,
Chemicals and stuff.
chemicals and things.
Yeah, as long as it'll all come after harvest. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll put that on for next week, Chandler. Yeah, okay. Okay, board communication. Anybody have anything?
I've got a SWPCO meeting Thursday and a Zion meeting next
Next one,
Monday.
and that'll be an interesting one for you because of all the changes with HHS.
Yes.
So, and I just, I went to the juvenile detention, I attended the juvenile detention meeting last week. And then I just had the Wabansie meeting before our meeting today, and that was a very, interesting one because of all the changes with HHS and the things that they're not paying now. And, and Zion terminated Harbor Point. So it left the Wabansie building. They were moving out yesterday and the last few days anyway. So there will no longer be, any of the overnight or the in residency for the emergency. So you'll probably learn a lot next week.
Yeah.
So anything else? Landfills when
Next week.
next week. Okay.
Will be the week after. 31st. So
Oh, first week of August. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. Meeting minutes from the last week, 15th.
make a motion to approve the meetings as stated.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay.
One other thing,
Yeah.
that opioid email that we got, do we need to do something with that?
Did it just come today? Yeah,
it
I'll
came
look
in
at
and
it.
it looked like it. We have duplicate, and I think you probably have to sign something, DocuSign.
Yeah. I
I
just,
was nervous about opening it, so.
no, I, a phishing thing.
Fishy thing or something.
I,
We have a lot of those.
I just saw it. I think it came while I was at my other meeting, so I'll look at it and then because we've got a sign that we're approving it. To get the money.
Just said it was time sensitive, so I didn't know.
Yeah. Inside, just see if I went. Well, I may go ahead and do it anyway, but we'll see. Because it's money that's coming in and we just have to approve that we're gonna take it. So I'll read that. I think it must have come while I was at the Wabansie meeting. So anything else?
Nope, make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Adjourned at 4:23.